Yo, welcome back to another episode of Producergrind podcast. We got Quarantina Sims back.
Whoa.
But yeah, this is actually our last episode of the year, last episode of the 2018 season. So, we're coming back strong next year, season 2, 2019.
Season 2.
Another 50 episodes or whatever. I think it was like 48.
48, 47, something like that.
48.
Something like that this year. Yeah, so long ass amount of episodes. And we got our end of the year sale going on the website right now. All kits got a crazy discount going on. So, go ahead and make sure you go to producergrind.com/shop.
Yeah.
Link and all that, as always, in the description. But today we got a special guest. We're going to end the year off right. Got a special guest in the building here who has worked with Uzi, Lucci, KCamp, Long Way, Ross, 2 Chainz, Jose Guapo, Fat Man Key. Please welcome Bobby Kritical.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
What's good, bro?
Bobby, Kritical.
Glad to be here, man.
Already, bro. Appreciate you pulling up.
It was critical that you pulled up.
Oh, yeah.
I just had to do it. I've been thinking about it.
It was a little cheese beside.
I just had to. It was in my head.
I ain't gonna lie. We had like 3 or 4 of them, like when we was writing these questions. We was coming up with
I was ready.
Yeah,
It really was. Well, shoot, for our audience that doesn't know anything or is not familiar with your work, you want to give them a little story, a little background, how you got to where you're at now, how you started.
I mean, I was one of them niggas in school. They used to call me up in the lunchroom, you know what I'm saying, beat on the table. That type of shit. I mean,
You from there?
yeah, I'm from Atlanta, born and raised.
What part?
The country. Nah. I'm originally from East Atlanta, out of Moreland, you know what I'm saying? Left in middle school, moved out to like Powder Springs. That way, went to school out that way. You know what I'm saying? But nigga used to just nigga used to tell me about this little, he used to be like, you don't fuck with the Fruit Loops, you don't fuck with the Fruit Loops. I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, then one time I went on my partner crib, he had it, just fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? I think back then it was like FL3 or some shit like that.
OG.
Yeah, OG FL. You know what I'm saying? I was just bullshitting on it, then just took a liking to it. Then eventually just took it serious. You know what I'm saying? So that was probably about 05. So I've probably been doing beats since. I've been doing beats probably like, 12, 13 years now.
So what's some major you can remember that was going on in hip hop or hip hop culture back then?
Back then, what really like got me started, like Jeezy first like album, Thug Motivation 101, like Shawty Redd, Drummer Boy, like just listening to them type beats. And I was one of them type niggas just sit in the car and just listen to bass and you know what I'm saying, how shit hit. Like I just took a liking to it. And I used to always try to like sound like, I was a big Shawty Redd fan back in the day. Like I used to always try to sound like him. And then Gucci, when Gucci started coming around, Zay he another one. Like I used to just try to sound like both of them. Like then eventually it built into like my own sound. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. You could fix bro's mic, pull it up so it's like, not facing that. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So damn, you started making beats in 05. Who was the first like major milestone or major rapper that you worked with?
My first one was Young Jock. The song, that was my first time like working with somebody major. I think like the song got leaked though. It was a song called Shootout. It got leaked through like, I think the name of the label was Polo Grounds or something like that. I think they leaked it, like, you know what I'm saying? But he was my first like major like artist that I ever worked with.
This after it's going down and all that?
Yeah, this was like swag team. Like I met him through like I used to fuck with this group called Concrete Boys. That was all this long time ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they were signed to him and they introduced me to him and he actually gave me my first like big check. $1,000 was a lot of money to me back then. So
Jock did?
Yeah. He was like, how much you charge? I'm like, shit, like 300. He's like, nah, I'm gonna give you 1,000. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I appreciate that. That was love for real.
That's
like,
real shit.
That was a long time. That was like 2008.
Yeah. Did you stick with that? Now you're like, oh yeah, this is what I need to charge now?
Nah, I need to. Well, I wasn't really like stern, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still felt like I don't want to miss out, you feel me? So like, I still like, you know, kind of lowball myself a little bit. But over time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm gonna need that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a question that I had earlier is I was wondering at what point or was there like a point in your career where you're like, okay, it's time to start taking this more serious, especially on the business
most
side.
Definitely like towards like when I got my first like big like single with Michael Montana and KCamp called "Do It," and you know afterwards that's when I started like everybody started like noticing like what was going on, and then afterwards I started like you know getting more like you know what I'm saying attention, and more bigger artists started fucking with me and shit like that. So that's when I was just like, all right, shit, this is what I need, like. You know what I mean? That was like, I think "Do It" was the last time I took like a little baby check. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Now, was that a process? Was it like gradually you had to like build the confidence to tell an artist like, this is what I charge? Or were you at
Most
first?
definitely,
Like,
I had to. You know what I'm saying? In some cases, shoot, that's why I got a manager. Like, you know,
so they can
he
be
play the
bad
bad. Let him play the bad guy. Let him go.
hey, bro, if it was up to me, I'll give it to you for free. But my manager, man.
No cap.
My manager, man. You know.
In a sense, but like, not really. Not, but like now it's just like I can do it. Of course now,
Right,
like yeah,
right.
but like yeah, now you just shit. I can say hide behind my manager. Shoot, fuck all that.
What would you say for a producer? What were some of the main differences living in Atlanta and pursuing a producer career back then versus someone starting now?
Back then, I mean, social media wasn't big yet, so it's like it was kind of like shit. I was the type nigga like get a call, you might want to sit around Patchwork. You might want to book out a room at Patchwork or book out a room at a popular studio. Had you a CD full of beats ready, like
He said a CD full of beats.
CD, flash drive, whatever.
Floppy disk.
Like, I was a CD. I back then it was CDs for me, like you know what I'm saying. But and then eventually I used to walk around with a little flash drive on my keychain, and it was a little bit more of a grind, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, versus like just hitting a nigga DM like, hey man, woo, 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 woo. And it's a possibility that he see it and give you an opportunity.
Right.
But back then it was you had to put in a little more work, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really had to work your move.
Still think you kind of do, in a sense.
In a sense, but it's like, it's right here though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's boom, boom, boom. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
But
saying?
if
I
you
done
do
met,
one
I done
without
met a
the
lot
other,
of,
it's just like
I done met a lot of artists like this. You know what I'm saying? More recently versus back then. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Where you had to know somebody to get you in the door. You know what I'm saying? Somebody to work a move for you, and put you in position to play beats. I remember one time I was waiting to play beats for Jeezy. I literally sat around like they whole studio session. They was in that bitch for like 12 hours or some shit like that. I fell asleep and everything, like waiting to play beats for bro. Like, and I played like 20 beats. He only played like 2 or 3 or some shit like that. I don't know if he used them or not, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like an example of like what I used to go through back in the day just to like try to, you know what I'm saying, get my beats out to certain artists and shit.
Which one do you feel is more powerful? Like nowadays, do you think social media is more powerful, or do you think in person still has more?
Social media is powerful, but it's always good to have that in person like relationship. That way a person really get to know who you are besides seeing you online and seeing pictures and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You physically meeting somebody, you know what I'm saying? I feel like social media is the icebreaker, you know what I'm saying? Like, you meet them and then, you know, pull up on them and, you know, get to know them from there and build a relationship from that. You know what I'm saying?
For a producer, like say you get invited to a session, right, where there's major artists around, right, and you're kind of just like, you might not even have the chance to play beats. Is that a situation where you kind of like what would you do in that situation? Like, obviously now you got a name, but I'm talking about someone that's just starting.
Up and coming.
Yeah, would you go try to talk and start a conversation with them, or just kind of chill and just
sit back?
It depends. Like, I've always been one like to try to feel a person vibe out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't hurt to try. Like, it don't hurt to shoot your shot at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go for it. You take an L, gain a W later. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it just depends. Like, I used to try to feel people out first. And then, like, I wish I was back then. I wish I was as aggressive as I am now. I wish I was like that back then. I would have got a lot more accomplished. Like, and then a nigga might remember you like, hey, you that nigga that just walked up on me like you crazy here. Like, I fuck with that though. Like, some people fuck with it, some people don't. Like, I say shoot your shot.
Why do you think you required it back then? Just more shy?
Yeah, shy, ain't know what the hell going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how that shit go. Like,
it's all just a learning experience, right?
Yeah, it's all experience. Like, next time going into it, like, I know what to do this time. You know.
But do you feel like you had to go through that phase of like of being timid and
I mean, I guess that was just me as a person. A lot of people ain't really like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I guess that was just me as a person. I had to learn from my experiences. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, at the end of the day, if you really want this shit, you gotta, all that shit you feeling, you gotta nip that shit in the bud and just go for it. Like, it don't hurt to hear no. You know what I'm saying? Because a no will eventually turn into a yeah.
All right.
Well, shit, let me see what you got. Let me hear something.
Yeah.
Shit, you got, play me one beat. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Take that chance.
What if you could talk to your younger self, what are some pieces of advice you would give the younger version?
Boss up and goddamn go for it. Shit, be persistent. Be more persistent. You know, don't be scared to jump out here. You know what I'm saying? Because at first I was, you know, but you know, might have made a name for myself at this point. So now it's just like I ain't worried about it. That's the least of my worries now. But back then, I feel like if I'd have been more persistent and more aggressive, you know what I'm saying, I'd have got a lot more accomplished at an earlier stage in my career.
Be more persistent about what?
Shit, getting known, getting your music to these artists, or you know what I'm saying, like building more relationships and stuff like that.
Are you still sending beats out through email, or are you trying to do it more in person now? Like nowadays.
Nowadays it's just, you know, email. I'm either way. Like, you know what I'm saying? I still got like an old school mentality where I like to pull up and
right.
You know, see your reaction, or you know what I'm saying? But if I have to email you, I'll email you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I mean, either way, like I do it either way. Email, pull up.
You feel like when you were in the studio and you were first starting out and you were showing beats, were you more timid were you timid at all about your craft, like your actual beats? Were you worried about saying no? Or was it more of like an internal personal thing?
It's just like, it's more on some human nature shit. I don't know you, you don't know me.
You don't want to be like, awkward or anything.
Yeah, it's like awkward. Like, you know what I'm saying? It used to be that awkward, you know what I'm saying? That awkward feeling like as a person, like that's just like somebody walking up on me and I don't know them from a can of paint. They talking about Tom, Jerry, woo, 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 whatever. Like, I'm like, I don't really know you like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it got to a point where it's just like, all right, we all do the same shit. I do music, you do music. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the comfort zone right there for me.
We got common goals.
Yeah, we got common goals and all that. So, like, that's the comfort zone for me. So, it's like, all right, shit, from here on out, I mean, shit, what's up? Like, you want to hear these beats or not? Like, if not, cool. I keep it pushing. Shit, but you gonna want to fuck with me later on, you know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. Like, I was never worried about my craft. I always thought I was fine with that shit, like, honestly.
How do you feel about producers going up to bigger producers, like if they happen to be around them, ask them to collab and stuff like that? Or is that a little
I'm all for it. I'm definitely down to collab, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know who gonna be the next dude, especially now. You know how many artists and producers come out every week? Like, you never know who finna blow. So, like, I'm always open to collab with anybody young, new, fresh, you know what I'm saying? Give them a chance, because I know how it was for me to come up. Like, so it's like I'm always open for giving somebody a chance.
So how did you link with Plug?
I met Plug. This was around when like IG first came out. We kind of knew like some of like the same people, and I think he commented on something on a keyboard I posted. This was like 2013 or some shit. Like, no, this was like 2012, and it was funny because I used to just see him out, like, because he still do DJ all the clubs, so I would see him, but I knew like Cutthroat, I knew like all of them, I just never knew Plug. But we all knew the same people. And I met them, they had a studio in East Point called Perfect Timing. And that was my homegirl invited me to a Levi Lear session. I don't know if y'all even remember who that was. Like, but
30 said something about Perfect Timing the other day.
Yeah,
30.
I need to pick that up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I met 30 the same day. I met 30 for the first time the same day.
Yeah.
But she invited me to the session and he was there. So I told him who I was. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just got to playing each other beats and we both just like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? And after that, we just linked up and we just made this crazy ass sound. Like, we basically like, we call it the Flex God shit. Like, and we basically just was on some goofy ass shit, like mocking every producer we fuck with. We were just mocking like what they do, and then we just made it one sound, like, and that shit just sound crazy as fuck.
Now, I know both of y'all are influenced by EDM music. Talk a little bit about that.
Most definitely. One of my old managers, my first manager, he sent me like I was real heavy on Pandora back then, and he sent me like one of the little, I guess the little, what's they call it, channels or whatever,
Stations.
Yeah, station, and it was just like a bunch of weird ass basses and shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, and he was like, nigga, this shit called dubstep.
Was it dubstep?
Yeah, and they doing this shit. He's like, they doing this shit in Europe. Like, he's like, I'm telling you, that shit finna come to America real soon. Like, he's like, I think you should try to like put trap beats on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, bet. So I just sit there and I used to just sit there and just listen to the shit.
That's crazy.
And I like bet. So I used to try to imitate the wobble bass and that shit.
That's like a science.
So I started trying to study it, and then, you know, I seen how they did it with, you know what I'm saying, like different parameters and shit like that. I was like, fuck that. You know,
like the whole sound design, like oscillate. Like
so that. I found out about a plugin called Massive.
Yes.
That already had the shit in there. So I used to just make the wobble bass, and I'll try to make it like some trap shit, and I put them drums on that motherfucker, and that shit used to just go crazy. But the thing about it then, niggas wasn't fucking with it because it was
too far ahead.
It was, it was different, but it was just like, how can I rap on this shit? How am I supposed to rap on this shit? Like, you know, niggas coming off swag surfing that, how that lollipop, you know what I'm saying, that shit, and then it was like, all right, how do I? So it's like literally, I want to say literally like 6-7 months later, that shit came to America, like, and just went crazy, like
who were some of the first
trap
ones?
step and all that shit. Like,
who were some of the first people that came? Because that was what, 2007, 2008, right? You're saying
that was when I started doing that. That was like 2000. Yep. About 2008, 2009.
That was like the whole Skrillex era, like Excision.
I want to say later than that, though. I want to say like that shit really hit
10,
like
11?
2010.
Yeah, that's when it really took off. But the early ones was on like 2008.
I feel like it only really had like a year run though, or a year or two run where
it had a heavy influence. It had a heavy influence because you listen. I remember when ASAP came out with what's that song? Wild for the Night.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That shit was hard. Yeah, Skrillex was Skrillex, fucking Mouse. Who else I used to
Excision. Excision was big back then. Bass Nectar was huge.
Bass Nectar was huge.
Mm-hmm.
My first time, I went to y'all have been to Tomorrow World?
I want to
that's
What's it called? Tomorrow
World.
They had one in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, they canceled it, but that was my first time like experiencing it live, like
crazy.
Yeah, I seen Bass Nectar.
It's like a rave scene type thing, right?
And that shit was some. Imagine like everybody from all over the country, like in one big ass open spaces, and it's like seven like stages. You get what I'm saying? It's like over 300,000 people just out in the open.
And there's mad. You can look over here and there's music on.
Yeah, actually, it was who I went with. It was me, Camp, and you know what I'm saying, the gang. We just went out there and turned the fuck up. Like, I think that was the last the last time they did it, nigga. I went home with one sock on. I lost my shoes and everything. Like,
damn.
I had the time of my life though.
Do y'all think that the EDM and all that stuff kind of like help form the way like there's festivals and shows in hip hop today?
Definitely.
Because I feel like that wasn't around.
I think so. Even with South by Southwest, that was like that wasn't even urban. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think what's his name? What's the artist's name? I forgot his name, but he was like the first artist, like the first black artist. And then after that, more urban, they started getting more urban, like, you know what I'm saying, artists to come perform and shit like that. Damn, I forgot his name. I can't think of his name.
He was
weird rapping ass nigga.
Hobson or some guy like that?
Like Cuddy or something?
Damn, I forgot his name. That nigga did the video with the fucking, one of his first music videos with the Roach.
Oh, Tyler the Creator.
Tyler the Creator. He was the first one. Yeah, he was the first one. Yeah, he was the first urban like
never knew that
artist. Yeah, and then after that, it was just a flood of urban artists, and then that shit just turned hip hop like a motherfucker after that.
And now we got like Rolling Loud.
Yeah, Rolling Loud took off.
You know what I mean?
But you laughing with Lollapalooza.
You never see crowds swarms and swarms of people like how you do at festivals at a hip hop concert. You would never see that.
But now you do.
Who? Birthday bash. I don't even know.
What about it?
He said, how long has it been around?
Shit.
Forever?
Forever, yeah.
The birthday bash always had like, so how they have like a festival turnouts?
I don't know. I ain't never been there.
I
know it's in Atlanta,
mean, they always did birthday bash at the amphitheater.
Oh, so it's nowhere
they moved
near.
They moved it to like Phillips. It's just more so like a concert. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like festival.
Got you.
It's like concert.
Now, when you went to Tomorrow World, was it several days? Like, did you camp out
3
there?
days.
Yeah, you camped
I
out
went for
there?
one day. I couldn't.
He's like, yeah,
I
that's
ain't
enough
finna
for
hang
me.
like that.
No.
That's enough for me.
You didn't stay at night?
Hell no. Like, you had to pay to take showers and all that shit.
That's a different kind of money though, because those are the top big DJs in the world. I think DJ.
Everybody,
DjPlugg,
anybody, any DJ you
Steve
think of was
Aoki.
there. They was out there.
Or
Yeah, it was loaded.
Do you DJ at all? Because I know Plug does, but probably not as much.
See, I know tempo and all that shit, so I can go on and I be playing with Plug like equipment sometimes. But other than that, I think if I really like tried it for real, like it'll be easy.
easy?
Yeah, because I know tempo and songs, and you know what I'm saying. I produce a lot of shit, so it's just like
Just blend in.
yeah.
Y'all think scratching will ever come back?
Lo-fi. I mean, I don't know, right? It could.
I ain't heard no scratching in a minute. I don't think niggas be.
That's what I said. Like they don't really do it. Like
I think a motherfucker look up at the DJ like,
What you doing,
bro, play the song, bro. Play the song. He's like, man, you don't see this?
What y'all think of the Screamo Trap movement?
the what?
Screamo Trap.
What's that?
It's like that, like
Like
underground.
you remember like punk Screamo rock, right?
Mhm.
It's like that, but over trap beats. Like
I had to hear
Extension at Triple X. Like before he went mainstream, he was making that kind of music.
That's a whole underground. That's
I
like a
mean,
whole.
If that's what that is, that shit fire.
For real.
Yeah, if that's what that is, that shit.
I don't know if you know exactly what I'm talking about because
I probably had to hear
it's
it.
really not fire.
I'm about to Google that
It's
shit as soon as I
really
leave.
It's a whole different energy. Like I guess if that's the energy you're looking for, if you're looking for something to like just rage out to, then that's it. But if you're just trying to drive to the, I don't know, smaller
I just
stuff,
be liking shit. I heard of Death Step and all that shit too.
Yes,
like,
step, I ain't never heard
that's
of.
like the big like 1, 2, 1, 2.
hey
No.
man, look.
I think I
sound fire.
might know what you're
like one
talking about.
night, like I had like I was on Spotify and like this Screamo Trap song came on. You know what I'm saying? That just what made me start researching it, and I just found out like, oh shit, this is like a real thing. They're getting millions of plays,
Whole underground
selling out
movement.
shows, like
Mhm.
mosh pits, all that
Yeah.
shit, like real like punk rock type shit, but you know over trap beats. Weird.
That's fire.
I remember.
I definitely got to check that out.
I remember some of the first artists I heard about, like kind of in that Screamo Trap era, was like, have you ever heard of Suicide Boys?
Yeah,
Yeah, that kind of music. I just remember hearing their beats. Like that shit was crazy.
Yeah,
It
the
was, like,
beats are super
it's
fire.
crazy.
I ain't gonna lie.
They be producing with Juicy J.
Yeah, Juicy J.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're signed to him.
Really?
I wasn't
think
talking.
so.
I'm talking about the Screamo Trap in general. The beats are fire. I don't even
Oh.
think I ever heard no Suicide Boys music.
Oh, their beats is fire.
That's
What they be talking about is kind of crazy, but the
Right.
beats is
Who
fire.
was Suicide Boys?
Go look 'em up. I'm just gonna- once you and then you come back, you'll
I
be
got a
like,
lot of
oh.
research and do not leave.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hell yeah! In the comments too. What do y'all?
But they
think
going
of, What do
crazy,
y'all
though.
think of the whole new subgenres and Screamo Trap and all that? Let us know.
I know they sold out. They sell out like they're at Rolling Loud. They've been there years and years. They sell out tons of shows, like hella venues and whatnot.
We've had people like be like, "Yo, can y'all do Suicide Boys tutorials,
Right.
and MIDI packs and loop packs and stuff like that?"
It's like a lot of 3-6 Mafia sampling, like heavy trap.
Oh,
Like
for real.
I can't even describe it. You just have to listen to it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So who are your some who are some of your biggest influences musically?
As far as, I mean, like I said before, like, you know, the Drummer Boys, the Shawty Redd, Zay. I used to listen to a lot of, like, I grew up listening to Outkast, 3-6 Mafia, like all that, you know what I'm saying, like that Southern shit and, you know, bass heavy. I always like bass. Like, I was that nigga, like I said, I was that nigga sitting in the car, like, listening to fucking whatever. Like, I used to just listen to all kind of, like, fucking Camp, all kind of, like, just anything that had, that just hit. And bust your speaker, I was in the car doing that. But,
We had saved this question for a random question, but I think it's a good time to ask it. Who invented trap? I know it's a question going on.
All right, now. I first heard it when I heard Jeezy. When I heard Jeezy shit. But I mean, but you know, a lot of people gonna say like T.I. because he came with trap music. So but I, you know what I'm saying, I personally think, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I think T.I. invented trap. Cause that was the first time like you heard it in the sense of like it wasn't like a club record or like it was some shit you ride to and it make you feel like you had to go sell something real fast or go drop something off. Like, you feel me? Like, he was talking about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jeezy talked about it on a bigger scale. Like,
right.
T.I. more so like spoke as if like I'm the nigga on the corner, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to get this shit off. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, me personally, I say Tip.
How do you feel how it's evolved? Do you feel like it's strayed away from its original roots?
Definitely,
or do you like where the evolution is going?
Now everything is just like a vibe. Like, everything is just, you know, because it went from talking about selling drugs to doing drugs. So it's like, it's more so like, I wouldn't even call it trap no more. I call it like
addiction,
junkie music. But it's a vibe though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like getting fucked up and throwing money on bitches. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? All that shit go. Like,
what about as far as production? You think it's still staying close to its roots?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, most definitely. I think so. Like, I like where it's going. Like, I'm always for evolution. You know what I'm saying? I'm always for hearing something new.
You feel like producers are going to start not necessarily take over, how do I put this? Like, you're going to start listening to tracks more because you want to hear what the production is like rather than what the artist is, like what the artist says on it. Like, I'm listening, I listen to new music just to hear the beats. I don't really care about
I've always been like that, though.
Oh, okay.
I've always been like that. Sometimes I'm really listening to when I'm listening to a record, I'm listening to the beats. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said I always like bass and shit like that. I'm always listening to the beat before I listen to the artist. Because, I mean, nowadays, 9 times out of 10, you don't have too many lyrical artists. They just making, like, music that you can vibe to and shit like that. So it's like, you know, I'm not taking away from the artist because, you know, me personally, I think, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of dope artists out there because of what they do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm more so listening to the beats and shit. I've always been like that, though.
Go ahead.
And I guess it's just because I'm, you know what I'm saying, I made beats. So
right.
You know what I mean? Like, why not?
Do you think as time like went by and technology changed, do you think is like production has gotten easier to get into than when you first started?
Yeah.
Cheaper.
I remember back in the look, I used to search high and low for shit. Like if I wanted Shawty Redd drums, I used to have to know somebody that know somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they had the actual, like, the little floppy motherfucker that he used to put in his fucking beat machine or whatever, the MP. Or, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, it's just like Splice.com or goddamn.
You just download.
You can Google such and such kit and goddamn pull that shit up, and it's just like, and you'll run into a producer and be like, damn, nigga, how long you been making beats? Oh, shit, 2 months. Like, what? Like, it took me years to find my sound. Like, yeah, it's a lot. Like, you know, back then you had like LimeWire and all that other shit and you spent RapidShare, fucking spend 3 weeks to download one fucking goddamn plug-in, shit like that. Like, niggas got it way easier today than we ever did. Like, niggas is really just walking around their laptop. Like, now you seeing niggas doing beats on their phone. Hard shit.
All right.
You think that's elevating the game? Like, you think it's kind of like making everyone have to step up?
I mean, why not? Why not step up? Shit, why not conform if you have to? I mean, shit, it is what it is. Like, it's the same thing every generation. Something new gonna come around. You know, conform. Don't complain about it. Just be about it.
Speaking of the older generation, now, like, why do you think Zay and Gucci have done better at transitioning and staying kind of fresh and with the young crowd better than like Jeezy and Shawty Redd?
I guess it's more of a mindset. You know what I'm saying? But Zay always had a fresh sound. A lot of folks really listen to Gucci. I feel like niggas be listening to Gucci more than they did listen to Jeezy. Jeezy was more like political, like, you know what I'm saying? Gucci was more so like for the younger crowd, like he for what niggas is doing now, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, always.
Where Jeezy was really more for the trappers, like the people really like.
Yeah, like I want to say like he spoke to the niggas that got out, like, you know what I'm saying? They got out of it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he tried to be a voice.
Yeah. So Gucci's more so like, yeah.
Right.
I'm Gucci and that's it. That's all you gonna get.
I mean, like, yeah, like, I fuck with it though. Like, Gucci ain't never really tried to do no pop records or no, you know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy that just threw him like all the way out there. He stayed to what, you know what I'm saying, what he do best. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That makes sense, yo.
Like Gucci has like a mainstream appeal to him. Like he can go mainstream. I don't see Jeezy being like a mainstream. Like I can't see him working.
Talking about today.
Yeah, like I can't see a Jeezy and Justin Bieber collab. But I can see a Gucci and Justin Bieber on the same track.
Yeah. I think that already happened.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It even sounds like it could happen. You can hear Jeezy and Justin Bieber just don't sound right.
Nah, but Jeezy's dope though, man.
Definitely is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you had right before we got started, you said you about to quit drinking, right?
Yeah. How
does alcohol influence you when you're making beats?
You know, it's crazy. I don't do nothing like while I'm making a beat. It's afterwards. Like I just start vibing. Like I can't really work on a clouded mind. Like I have to start something first, like on the sober, like get it out, and then it's like after that it's just vibes. Like now I'm about to sip me something real fast, and like ooh, I hear something else. Like now I'm getting into it. Like you know what I'm saying. I ain't never been just. I tried it before. Like I don't even smoke. I tried smoking and making the beat.
I ain't getting nothing accomplished.
Now I feel you on the drink, like, cause if I'm sipping something, I'll sit down at FL Studio and I just like can't get nothing going. Like
exactly.
Like, sounds weak. Like nah.
Yeah, so it's just like I try to get the idea. I try to get the idea out first, and then I'll start vibing and shit. Like, and then now I'm in the mode. Like you know what I'm saying. So it's like I'm drinking now. I hear a little something. Let me take this out. Let me put this back. Like you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I cannot start something like already intoxicated. I can't. But yeah, I'm thinking about slowing down. I do it, the plug do it.
So it's always gonna happen.
Yeah. I gotta make a bet or something.
How about you? Can you bake beats if you drink?
I don't know. I be smoking more than drink. I probably next time I drink, I'm gonna try.
Test it out, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna report back. I drink every once in a while. I drink more like in college, but like other than that, like.
Let us know in the comments too. Let us know.
We're gonna see what the folks think.
Yeah, that's what I really want to say. We definitely like reading the comments. So definitely put y'all input.
We ain't trying to promote no drinking or nothing, but we just want to see, you know what I'm saying?
If you're 21,
it is what it is,
and you're doing it responsibly.
What's the longest it took you to make a beat?
Like just staying on, because it's times like I done spent weeks making some shit before. I just finished a beat. Somebody sent me a guitar riff and I couldn't catch the melody. It took me like a year.
A year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
my boy Ziggy sent me a guitar riff, and the chorus was just crazy. And I'm like, I go in, I be like, hell no, that shit don't sound fire. Like if I don't like it, I'm type shit. I delete a whole session. Like if I don't like it, but like it was something about it. I liked the riff, but I just couldn't get it together. Like, and then like I had my partner Black come in and play some keys over, and he told me like what key it was in. And after that, I just finished it. It took me like, once I figured it out, it took me like 30 minutes to finish the beat. But yeah, but like I want to say that's the longest it took me to make a beat. But that only happened like once. Like other than that, I'm in there. Once I catch the vibe, like I'm in there.
So
what? Okay.
So will you spend more than like 30, 40 minutes on making a single beat now?
Yeah, still, why not? If it's gonna make you $1 million. Nah, I done had like moments where like, you know how y'all ever just had a beat, y'all just took y'all time on or whatever, and then y'all go play it for somebody, they only hit 3 seconds of it.
And they don't even like the shit.
What? Nah, they just be like, shit, I play the next beat. Like what?
Like, bro, I put 8 hours in there. 8 hours, what you mean?
This was supposed to be the one. Like,
I used to hate that shit.
What's your mindset going into making beats now? Because like, is it more like, let me just get out whatever I feel, or is it like, let me sit down and craft something like?
It depends. Like if somebody looking for a certain type of vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like I sit down and be like, all right, what can I do? I mean, but for the most part, I'm just making whatever I feel like. I'm making whatever I feel like. You can't, I'm gonna goddamn do this today. Like, you can't control how you gonna feel that day. Some might alter your fucking whole day. Like, I want to make some death step. Nah, just bullshit. But, yeah, man.
Screamo Trap.
I got a board at the house. And like, what I do is I got a Monday through Friday. So like, my goal every day is like 5 beats. But those 5 beats is what type of, it depends on like, for each day I got a type of beat I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I at least try to get those 5 out of whatever type of beat I'm doing before I do like just whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's sometimes I don't feel like doing that. So I kind of like force myself to like, cause I got like, it's like I got to do these, I got to have these, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, just a
then
variety.
afterwards, just like, whoo, all right, cool. Let me just do what I want to do now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you fixing yourself to, you know what I'm saying, do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? So that you can have it in the stash. You know what I'm saying? Just in case somebody need it.
Is it almost
you
like
gotta be
retraining your ear for like keeping it up to date?
Yeah.
Even if that requires like forcing yourself to make something that you're not really like used to making.
Yeah. Like, even if it's a concept, like 5 concepts, and then
Like, what's one concept you like, or like today or yesterday? What was the concept that you were going after? Like an actual like name, was it like a dark beat, or like what is your concepts like?
So it'll say like, mine's is more so like genre.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I do like, I might have like international on like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Flex God beats. Thursday, R&B, pop. Like, I do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily like get into depth, like how it's gonna sound. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just know, okay, ooh, this sound like some pop shit, like, or this sound like some, you know what I'm saying, like R&B or trap or whatever.
So that keeps you like musically diverse too, because you have to play different chords for different genres.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know how to play. I play by ear, but I ain't really like fight like that. But I've been taking like piano lessons and shit like that just to train my ear to know what I'm playing.
So you do click in your like melodies?
No.
Play everything?
Yep. Even if I fuck up, I'm gonna do it again.
So you'll still play it, even though you'll still play it on the keyboard? Oh, okay.
That's the only way you're gonna get it. If you gonna...
I can't, like, I know some fire-ass niggas that click that shit like hard, like, but I just came from that era where you just had to be talented, like, for real. So just like, you know what I'm saying? It's not saying that niggas that click ain't talented, because it's right here. It's in your head. You know what I'm saying? You putting it on the, you know what I'm saying? You putting it into the project. You know what I'm saying? But I just can't, that's just where I came from. Like, niggas that was playing and niggas that was musically inclined. So I felt like I had to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just like, it's whatever, like, you know what I'm saying?
As long as it sounds hard. Right?
Yeah, so, you know, I play because I was brought up like that, you know what I'm saying? Not saying like that I wouldn't click, but I just, you know what I'm saying? I just prefer to try to play it. You know what I'm saying?
Now, when you're making these 5 beats, are you, okay, I just made 1, that's done. I just made 2, that's done. Or are you like, start something, start another one, go back to the first one, start another one, go back to the second one?
Yeah, like, definitely. Like, I have to get, sometimes, like, some days I can't listen to like something like just all day. Like, if it's done, I listen to it all day. But if I'm getting it out, I gotta hear something else real fast. I gotta go walk up the street. I gotta go play with my daughter. I gotta watch TV or play the game or something. And I'm like, oh, boom, let me put this down real quick. Let me add that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. It's times like, it just depends on the vibe. Like, you know, it's days where I can finish something right then and there. If I can't, like, I come back to it. I got to come back to it. I need fresh ears.
For those beats that are an idea, is there a different way you label those beats to know to come back to them?
Nope. I put Bobby Kritical 1, Bobby Kritical 2, and then I label it when I'm done with the beat. Like, if I'm exporting it, it'll say Bobby Kritical 1, such and such. A crazy ass name, because used to fuck me up back in the day. I used to give all my beats weird ass names, like Captain Crunch, some dumb ass shit. Like, I wouldn't remember what kind of beat it was or whatever the fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I forgot who. I think it was Sonny. I was looking at Sonny folder one day or something like that, and he was naming it and putting the tempo. I ain't put tempos or nothing, so I used to be in certain sessions looking dumb as hell, like, shit, play me some up-tempo shit. And I'd be like, yeah,
like,
I'm clicking through 30 beats trying to goddamn find one up-tempo.
Number 6 might be the one.
Yeah, but I done got into the habit of naming it, you know, tempo, then I name, like, I give it a crazy name afterwards, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to know what type of beat it was.
Keep some more organized.
Now, typically, because you mentioned you play video games and stuff, right? Typically, like, people would consider that like a distraction, right? But we talk to a lot of producers that play video games and like they might make a beat for a little bit, then distract themselves for a little bit. You feel like there's something called necessary distraction for producers? Like they kind of need to.
Yeah, because I be in the strip club, so it's like I don't need to be in the strip club, so that's a necessary distraction. Me playing my game, saving the money.
At least it keep me home.
Keep me at the house, yeah, exactly.
Not
And then
spending
keep you your computer right there, your game right here. All right, boom, let me put this down, go make some beats real quick. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, hell yeah, it's definitely necessary distraction. It's definitely a thing.
Do you ever find like times where you're like kind of too much distracted?
Yeah.
Like for like maybe like a couple of days or weeks or something.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I done had dry spells and some more shit. Like, but I mean, sometimes it's needed. You don't know, like, you know what I'm saying, what's gonna happen that day, like what you got going on or what you're gonna be going through or whatever, that'll shy you away from doing what you need to do. So it's normal, it happens. You know, ain't nothing wrong with it. Just make sure you getting back to what you need to be doing at the end of the day. You know.
Yeah. Who was it? Chase has said fasting. He fasts. Yeah, he fasts from beats. He said he might not make beats for a couple weeks. Then he'll just binge on it.
Yep.
And then fast for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yep, that'll happen. But like, I done got into this 5 beats a day thing because I was one of those that would make beats for like a month or two. Like, and it was just like, all right, well, let me at least try to. Yeah, I don't have to finish it. Just let me try to do something so that I can have something to come back to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
just to keep you familiar with everything.
Yeah, especially nowadays.
You take 2 months off.
You forgotten about. Or like you irrelevant. It's just so much going on and it's fast paced. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, like you can become a producer in like 3 minutes. Like you go find everything right on your laptop. Yeah, YouTube teach you how to do that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like
piece of the good.
And a nigga, you fuck around and become that nigga and you only been doing beats for like 2 months. Yeah, so it's like you gotta stay on. You don't shy away from it too much. You know what I'm saying? Like make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
So talk to us about, now you got an online beat store, right?
Yeah, I don't really keep up with it. I need to though.
I was just gonna ask, is that something you take serious or is it just kind of like a by the way type of thing?
I get a lot of like, cause I'm one of them type producers, like I don't like to count nobody out. Like, and I know how it is. You want to be in this game, but you don't really got it. So I made the site to, you know, for up and coming like artists and shit like that don't have the money, you know what I'm saying? So I send them to the site and I'll be updating it real soon with new beats.
When's the last time you updated? When's the last time you updated?
He's like, don't call me out like that.
2018. Well, top of 2018, in 2017, around that area.
But keep going with what you were saying.
Oh yeah, but I also do the same thing for producers, like up and coming producers. I do these like every I want to say quarterly. I do like collabs for like a little or nothing, and I'm actually shopping these records and getting most of these producers getting placements off of these. So I be trying to give folks a chance to work, you know what I'm saying, work with big artists and make some money. Like, so I'm all for like that was the purpose of the site was for the artists, and then I'm building a BobbyKritical.com where this is gonna be like an all-in-one. Like I'm gonna be doing everything, like, you know what I'm saying, for up and coming, or you know what I'm saying, if you establish, like you'll be able to come to my site and set something up with me.
So you're not like a producer that does the whole business plan, uploading to YouTube and all that. It's just kind of like
I need to be like, you know what I'm saying, like that's one thing I'm working on is branding, you know what I'm saying, because it's like I never like took the time to do all that. I be so focused on.
Why do you think you need to be?
I mean, you know, branding is everything. Branding is everything, and people want to see more of like their favorite producer. You know what I'm saying? Like
who they are as a person.
Yeah, who you is as a person. I don't really have much of that online, like besides like, you know, social media and stuff like that. But I wanna be able to branch out and, you know, answer all those questions that I get a lot of, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, through YouTube, like you do tutorials or you know, stuff like that. Let folks see how I cook up, you know, or day to day, how I am as a family man or whatever the case is, or whatever they want to see from me.
Are your online beats specifically online, or do you shop those as well, like the major artists?
So and so, but I try to leave it online. I try to leave it online because I don't want to give an artist something that everybody else got. You know what I'm saying? I try not to give the same records to a bunch of people, but at the same time, like if a nigga ain't pay for it, it's still up for sale. But I try to limit who I give what.
Now, how does what advice would you give to a producer that's deciding between, am I an online producer or am I more of an industry? Now, I don't want to say industry producer, but how did you find that you're not, maybe that online route maybe isn't for you, or like how did you decide between the two?
I don't know. I guess because like how we was, you know, talking earlier about, you know, being more of an in-person type of producer, or, you know what I'm saying, versus emailing and stuff like that. I guess because I more so wanted to build relationships with, you know what I'm saying, producers. I mean, not producers, but artists. I didn't want to take that online route.
Right.
But I mean, it's a lot of money in it. You know what I'm saying? If you establish yourself the right way.
But it's not for your nature. That's not who, like, it's not in your nature to be more of an online guy.
Yeah, I did it solely for
to help out.
To help the artists that don't got the budget for, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like paying for
like label budgets.
Yeah, like label budgets and stuff like that. So
so we see you you've been working real close with KCamp, and you know the mainstream hasn't really, you know, heard too much of him in the past few years. Tell us, you know, what you guys, you know, have in the works and what.
Well, we just dropped a Rare Sound compilation album top of November. Also got the single with him and Wiz called Clouds. That's out now.
Yeah, I definitely heard that.
We dropped a record last night called His and Hers, more so of like that's gonna be in his up and coming Kiss 5 project. But yeah, I mean, you know, he was going through a little situation with his deal, like you know, management, you know what I'm saying, getting out of that, and it took some time, 3 years as a matter of fact, and so it kind of slowed him down. And you know, he had to, you know, rebuild his foundation back up. So we back at the point to where now he's back grounded. So now we finna, you know, go up from there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know that was probably a lot of frustration for him, like when he was just going through all that.
And it's like, I known him since, you know, the beginning of my career. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was through it all, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was frustrating. It was a lot, but you know, God don't make no mistakes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like everything happened for a reason, and we still here. You know what I'm saying? He's still here. We still here. You know what I'm saying? Still making good music. You know what I'm saying? Shit, y'all gonna hear more from it.
After witnessing that whole 3-year time span, is there anything you could say for people to watch, not necessarily to watch out for, but just a piece of advice they could keep in mind moving forward?
I want to say, establish yourself. You know, like make sure you getting to know who you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, your career, when you put your career in somebody's hands, you wanna know that person in and out, because you trusting your life with that person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they making a break in your situation off of how they handle your business. So I say, you know, take your time, get to know somebody, trial errors, you know, yeah, just see what that person got to offer for you. You know, see if he's here for you. Take your time with it. See if they're gonna be here for you in the long run, for the long haul, thick and thin.
When artists are going through those situations, like you know, bad situations, trying to get out of deals and stuff, what's stopping them from dropping music?
I mean, it depends on the situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Labels are, you know, they won't, you know, pay more attention to your shit as much as they did when you first got on, like put you on the shelf or, you know, try to put you on the back burner. So you got to work 3 times as hard, you know what I'm saying, to get your music, you know what I'm saying, out there. But, you know what I'm saying, when you got undeniable music, you can't really stop that shit.
Right.
Yeah, numbers. No, I was just gonna say the numbers just gonna tell the truth, huh?
Yeah.
Can a label legally stop an artist from putting out music?
I mean, whatever in that paperwork, whatever you sign, yeah. Hell yeah.
If they have to approve everything. Right?
I done seen a lot of artists like that where they couldn't put shit out. Weren't allowed to put shit out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just depends on what you signing.
Yeah.
Lawyer up.
As 30 would say, lawyers.
What did Uzi had said? He was like, don't sign. He's like, all they're gonna do is fuck up your SoundCloud. Or, yeah, I remember when he was saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the homie right there.
Didn't you do a record recently with Uzi?
Yeah. Me and Plug did. We did For Real on the Love 2 tape, and then on the deluxe, I did Diamonds on My Wrist. But yeah, we had a lot of. Me and Plug had a lot of music with Uzi. Like that got leaked. Like they leaked like over like 20 records. Like
damn.
How did y'all link with Uzi?
I met Uzi through my boy Pat. Pat over at Mean Street. He called me up and he was like, man, I got this little young guy named Uzi. Goddamn, I want you to come check out his music, see what you got for him. That nigga, like when I first heard his music, I was like, oh, this nigga gonna be hard. Like, cause he ain't give a fuck. Like, it was just that vibe shit. And like, I like Uzi cause he was always willing to just try shit. Like, he wasn't like how everybody else was. Cause I was one of them niggas, I'm gonna try to make some different shit. And he one of them artists that just shit pull it up.
Yeah, let me try.
And then he gonna have his own like input. Hey, speed that up, turn the pitch up, and you'll be like, oh, that shit sound hard. That nigga just took my beat to a whole nother level. Goddamn. Like Diamonds on My Wrist is literally like 4 bars of a beat I made. Like it was a whole beat. Like if you listen to the beat versus the song, like, you'll be like, oh, it's 2 different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he took only 4 bars of that of what I did, and that shit was hard.
Just kept looping it.
Just kept looping that motherfucker. That shit was hard though.
Yeah.
Add his little chops. He'll do his own little chops, all kind of shit. Bro, fine.
That's hard. That's hard.
Get into the random questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So we used to have this segment called Overrated, Underrated, but we replaced it with this new segment called Random Questions, where we literally just got random questions.
All right. I'm with the shit.
All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. Well, we already answered one, so we'll skip that one. This one is we're gonna start off light, but what's your favorite place in the world? Your favorite place in the entire world?
My favorite place.
It could be as broad as like a city. It could be as specific as a room. Whatever. What's your just favorite place to be?
Strip club. And I got to get up out of there, man. The Blue Flame Lounge, man. Yeah, me and Plug in there damn near 2-3 nights a week sometimes. Oh, my God. But see, I go in there for the food. Shout out Kale's Kitchen, you feel me?
This guy.
Oh, yeah, Kale's Kitchen.
Salmon with the broccoli, mac and cheese, you feel me?
Kale's Kitchen got the best food.
All right. Do you believe in the Illuminati? Is it real?
Hell no. I don't believe in that shit. I believe in weird-ass people, though, doing weird-ass shit.
I attest to that.
You believe it's some elite people that rule the world?
Hell yeah.
For real?
I believe in what's them what they call themselves?
The Freemasons?
No, the family, the
Rothschilds.
The Rothschilds. Yeah, I believe in that shit.
I hope they don't hear the podcast, but we wait.
Y'all heard Producergrind.
Y'all heard from Bobby?
No cap.
It's been a minute, man. Bobby, all right? All right. If you had the world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you say?
Damn. That's a good one. No free beats. Hey, you talking about?
Leave it at that.
No cap.
All 8 billion, be like, dang, gotta pay for the beats. Everybody.
Please, everybody know.
All right, then, because we're going into the New Year's. What's your New Year's resolution?
Establish everything. Like, have all my shit just in order. I told myself I'm gonna just establish everything I need to establish that I didn't in 2019.
Mm-hmm. Personal and business.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yep.
What's your favorite thing that happened in 2018?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You're like, a lot happened.
A lot happened. I'm doing a lot. Oh shit! I mean, finally got a pub situation with Ultra. Pub situation, ain't good money is always a blessing.
Mm. What's the biggest lesson from 2018?
I say just, be more careful of like, what I'm saying, who you be around and who you spend your time with. Yeah. Prioritize, like.
Defend your time.
Yeah. Because you don't get that shit back.
Most definitely, man.
Cool.
Already, bro, man. We appreciate you pulling up, man.
Yeah,
appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Yes, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir, man. Like we said last episode of 2018, I almost said 2019.
He ready for New Year.
My boy in the future already.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
we'll
ready.
see y'all next year, next week. And back to it. Make sure y'all check out all the discounts and sales going on the site right now. So check it out. Peace. Signing out.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Happy holidays.
Happy New Year.